Thank you, Nikos. Olga, thank you very much for extending to me this honorific invitation to say a few words about the Ellinikon project and the CEO of LAMDA, Οδυσσέας Αθανασίου, the brain and the guts behind this amazing project, a project that changes Athens and Greek real estate forever. Our law firm, Mahas & Partners, has been throughout the way of this project, from different roles and different capacities, member of this project. We're very proud to have contributed, even at moments when, simple thoughts and simple things were not a given. Now we are very proud to see the progress. We are very proud to see the cranes throughout the Ellinikon plot. And we believe that the best is to come. Οδυσσέας Αθανασίου will tell us more, and we are very happy to have the presentation of this project here. Thank you very much.
Life is meant for so much more than just living. It can become art in the world we create. Art that gives new shape to what already exists, moves in tune with our surroundings, and turns ordinary moments into timeless experiences. This is the essence of Ellinikon, one of the largest greenfield urban regeneration projects in Europe, set in Athens overlooking the Aegean Sea, bringing together new standards of living, Riviera relaxation, boundless nature, an active and sports-filled lifestyle, unparalleled retail experiences, entertainment, and unforgettable opportunities. This is the Ellinikon. Where your home is your haven. Where elegant life unfolds under the sun. Where your family is free to reconnect with nature and each other. Where the canvas for your adventures is the sea. Where you can enjoy luxury retail experiences. And where your passion for culture is fulfilled. Nestled among the most cutting-edge, smart and sustainable technologies, development of the Ellinikon is well underway, with state-of-the-art infrastructure in the making. While other projects have already been fully delivered and are open to guests, and with new projects beginning every 2 months, the full Ellinikon experience is getting closer every day. Experience the joy of living surrounded by nature and sapphire waters. Start living your dream in 2027. Embrace the Ellinikon. Embrace the art of life.
Good afternoon to all of you, and thank you for being here for one more time. I'm very happy to be in New York presenting this project, presenting LAMDA. And I want to thank and congratulate once more Nicholas and Olga Bornozi for organizing this event. I have to say it fast because Nicholas sent me about 10 messages yesterday and before yesterday to make sure that we don't pass our time limits. So I'll look at these goals continually. Some slides for the presentation, and then we'll have the Q&A with Petros. Ellinikon and LAMDA have become synonymous, but the first thing is to talk to you about LAMDA for those ones of you who haven't had the opportunity to know about LAMDA. LAMDA has 2 pillars. One is the investment assets that we have developed over the last 15 years. The main one is the shopping centers, but we also have developed marinas, as you will see now in a minute. And of course, the other project that we are doing over the last 5 years at least is Ellinikon. And before we go to Ellinikon, we're going to talk first about the shopping centers. We have 4 malls, and in Greece the situation about malls is totally different than what you experience here in the States. Many reasons for that. One is the barriers to entry. There are not permits to have malls in Greece, and also Athens and Greece has the lowest density of shopping centers per person in the world. Just to give an idea, it's about 60 square meters per person in Greece, while the European average is 350, and the top country in Greece and in Europe, which is Norway, has about 800 meters. So there is room to grow, but unfortunately there are not plots or permits to grow. So the 4 shopping centers we have, 3 of them in Athens, 1 in Thessaloniki, are the most successful in Greece, and some of them are among the most successful in Europe. 1.7 billion valuation of the malls, which is about half of the total portfolio of LAMDA, which is 3.5 billion euros. Apart from the 4 operational malls that we have in LAMDA, we are developing 2 more in Ellinikon. One of them is in the marina on the coastline. It's going to be a very nice upscale mall with the highest brands in fashion and in F&B. And the other one, which is going to be not only the largest one in Greece, but one of the largest in Europe, it's going to be around more than 1 million square feet in space. It's going to be a hybrid new generation mall with a lot of space outside, enjoying the climate of Athens. And they are going to complete the portfolio. The portfolio of the 4 operational malls we have has an EBITDA of close to 90 million euros. And as you can see, it has grown a lot in the last, it grows every year actually, with the exception of the COVID years. But this 90 million euros of EBITDA is going to double when the 2 malls in Ellinikon are going to be finished. One of them is going to finish is going to open its doors Easter of 27, the other one end of 28, beginning of 29. So, apart from the malls, which is going to be on its own a very big company, which I said before is going to have an EBITDA of close to 200 million euros and a valuation probably of something like 1.5, 1.7 billion euros, we have marinas. We have 2 marinas that are operational now, one in Ellinikon, and the other one is the Flissos Marina, which opened in 2006. And a part of these 2 marinas, which are the largest and most successful in Greece, we bought another site in Corfu, in the Ionian Island, in the Ionian Sea, where we're going to develop our 3rd marina, and which is going to become operational in 2028. Here, with this slide, I complete as I said, the 2 parts of LAMDA as it was before Ellinikon, the malls and the marinas. Ellinikon has transformed LAMDA. We had to go through a very big transformation. We are a huge startup because we're a company that had malls and marinas, and now it's becoming one of the biggest development companies in Europe. This is how Ellinikon is going to look like just 2 years from now. Everything that you see in blue is going to be the residential that is going to be habitable in 27, less than 24 months away from today. And in orange are all the other venues that we want to develop in Ellinikon apart from residential, which include the malls, the hotels, the education, the university, the schools. When I say education, the university, the first private university in Greece is going to be in Ellinikon. It's going to be the University of Nicosia. We're going to have a medical center, everything that is going to make this place a paradigm city globally, meaning that you can walk everywhere or you can go by bike everywhere in 15 minutes. You can work there, you can live there, you can do your shopping, you can enjoy, you can walk in the park. We're going to have more than 45 kilometers of pedestrian ways and cyclist ways in Ellinikon. And as you can see, more than half of the area is going to be green and open space. This is unique in the world, I would say. Commercially, Ellinikon has had a huge success. Everything we have brought to the market has been sold. This is the coastline, and I have talked about this in the past. 300 apartments, either in the high-rise or in the condominiums on the coastline, have been sold. Apart from this, we have brought another 600 units in what we call Little Athens. Little Athens is a neighborhood just above the coastline where the villas are. 93% of these units have been sold as well. And by the way, over the last year and a half, the majority of foreign buyers are Americans. And out of the total buyers of these 600 apartments that have come to the market over the last year and a half, 45% are foreigners, and Americans are the top in this category. Apart from what you see, I will show you a video now that shows the progress of works. So this is real, as we're going to talk about in the discussion with Peter. I'll tell you what is coming in life just starting 6 months from today. Apart from Ellinikon and the malls and the marinas, I think that LAMDA presents one of the biggest opportunities in the Greek stock exchange. And I'll tell you in plain words why. Before I go to the valuation, I will say also that buying an apartment in Ellinikon has proved to be, over the last 3 years, a big opportunity. Just to give you an idea, the first apartments we sold in the Riviera Tower were close to between 10 and 12,000 euros, and now they are selling for close to 18 to 20,000 euros. And increases of 30 to 40% have taken place already, and we think this is going to be topped, but what is going to happen in the next 3 to 5 years when people globally are going to realize about this development. Now, I said about a big investment, and I'll tell you why we consider this to be a hugely undervalued company. First of all, you can see how our portfolio has grown, what is our track record over the last many years, either between 2020 and today, 45% increase, and four times increase since 2011. And the valuation that you see today includes our land plots for Ellinikon at the original cost that we bought the land for. So that means that they are in our books at just 800 euros per square meter. Every plot we are selling to third parties over the last year and a half sells for more than 2,200 euros. So if you take the difference of these two, 2,200 euros and 800 euros, and you multiply by the available plots we have, which is 1 million square meters, you realize that we're talking about 1.5 billion euros, which is not showing in our books, just to get the size of the opportunity. You know how real estate is priced around the world and the big discounts there are. This is one of the reasons that you see that, but this is a huge understatement of value. And this is what I said before, that we sell for 2,200, values in our books at 800. I will not give you more numbers. I don't want to burden you with numbers, but we're talking here about a big opportunity, at least in the way we see this in LAMDA. This is about Ellinikon, this is about LAMDA, and I think we can go deeper with Peter, and I hope, Nicholas, I didn't pass my time by much, and we'll do our best now to accelerate things. Thank you.
First of all, it's the third time we do the same panel, the last 3 years. So, what is the difference this year in comparison to the previous ones? What is the stage of the progress of this project right now?
The difference is that I think a lot of progress was not visible last year, and now we see a lot of progress that is visible, either by people who drive. Sorry? Okay. Now better? Better.
Yeah.
Okay. So I was saying the question was, what has changed from last Christmas? Not just Michael, last Christmas, but... and I said that the progress of works has been visible to all. People who drive along the coastline of Ellinikon can see, buildings around, can see not only cranes, but huge progress. So this is a big change, and we have seen also the change in the sentiment of the people in Greece. At the beginning, there was doubt. People were making fun of us, we'll never do it. Then people who started seeing that we're going to do it, we had some fighting. Then skepticism. Now, people will see what's realized. Now, what is coming along in reality, because this is what matters, right? 6 months from now, people are going to enjoy the sports venues in Ellinikon. They are going to be finished, and people can do sports in Ellinikon and can walk in the surrounding areas of the park in the sports venues. They can bike and can do all these things. We think that by the end of next year, next Christmas and beginning of 27, people are going to be living in Ellinikon, because all these 1,200 apartments that we are working on will be given to the residents. And the third thing, which is also important, is that by next Christmas, we're going to finish the first shopping center in Ellinikon, the one in the coastline, which is going to open officially its doors for visitors Easter of 27. So here we're talking about next 18 months that this huge project is going to come to life.
Yeah, that's amazing progress, and all of us who live in Athens, we see the true progress day by day. One question here. You told about the sales that are doing very well, and that the interest of the buyers is there. The question is, are there any opportunities to buy now in Ellinikon?
This is a project with many phases. So yes, everything that has come out to the market, which is about 900 apartments in total, has been sold. 93% has been sold. But we are bringing new product. So 100 more apartments are coming next month, and then another 300 to 400 apartments are going to be coming out in 26. Okay. So yes, but they go out fast.
Gradually, and they will go fast.
Yeah.
Yeah. Another question. You recently announced a transaction, a big transaction that you did with an international financial technology company. The question is, what do you think about the impact of this transaction for Ellinikon and for the Greek economy in general?
Right. I think this was a very big thing, because for someone like ION, which is a global financial tech group, and the owner is one of the highest caliber people who has built this financial tech empire, was a big confidence vote in Ellinikon and in Greece. And he's going to invest, he invested about $500 million to buy the land in Ellinikon, and he's going to invest at least another $1 billion to develop the global hub for R&D and for an R&D innovation center of ION Group. He's going to bring 2,000 people from 44 countries to work in this and live in Ellinikon. So apparently, apart from a vote of confidence, I think this is putting in the minds of people that Greece is ready to take not only mid-level industrial foreign capital or people, but also something in the forefront of development.
Yeah. Can you maybe share with us his, let's say, business view on this project? How did he decide to invest in this project and not in other projects throughout Europe? In your discussions, what did he tell you about that?
Yeah, I think to give credit to the government, first of all, over the last years, we have a change in the sentiment of investors towards Greece, because they have seen that we have a pro-business government that gives also consistency and stability in the macro environment. Second thing is that Greece on its own has some inherent characteristics, the climate, the safety. And now if I go to specifically to Ellinikon, it's a place where you can have it all. You are in a European capital, you are very close to other places by flight. Within 3 hours, you are almost everywhere in Europe. And in this place, his people can work. They can communicate with each other. There is education, there is sports, there is peace for the family to go and walk in the park, to enjoy the sports. There is safety for the kids. So it's a paradise for a family, and at the same time, all technology is there.
But we are talking to investors here. What is his, let's say, where did he find the gold in this transaction? Why did he choose this transaction as opposed to other transactions in Europe?
Yeah, apparently there is value, because you can buy something of this caliber and of this quality for a price that is very, very, very reasonable compared to anything in Europe, not to mention outside Europe.
His outlook is very positive.
Yeah, yeah, and he's a tough investor.
Yeah, of
we're
course,
not talking about
because
anyone, so yeah.
I know him very well. Okay, and another question. Talking about the progress of the works, what is the impact in the municipalities around the Ellinikon? What is the impact in the prices of the real estate and in the overall life in the communities around Ellinikon?
Right. First of all, the impact is going to be drastic, because they had millions of square meters of cement, and now they are going to have millions of square meters of green and open space, number one. Then they can just walk in 3 kilometers to the coastline, while before, as I said, they had a barrier of cement. The other thing is that they are going to have millions of tourists coming, and also so the retail environment is going to be beneficial for them in the future. And at the same time, we did a lot of infrastructure. Just to mention 2 examples, we do a whole underpass of 1.5 kilometers. It's an investment on LAMDA of 50 million euros. And the other thing also, we are doing the revamping of streams in Ellinikon, which is going to be a very good anti-flooding development.
Does this reflect into the prices of the real estate in this?
Very much so.
Already?
Very much so. Pricing risks have gone up. Don't forget that we had a crisis, so price had collapsed. But in the south suburbs, we have a huge increase in prices. Although I think, as I said before, there's a big potential over the next 2 to 4 years for price to go even further up.
You know, we have 4 minutes to go, so I want to ask you a question. Last week I was in Athens in the presentation of your book. So the title of the book is Why They Succeeded. And you present the paradigms of 6 different countries. How did they make it financially and improving the economy? After the end of this project, are you planning to write a new book? And what would be the title of this book?
This was not in the script. Tell you the truth, which I always like to have gone through such a trip and not to write something about it probably would be a lost opportunity for everybody. So yes, after I have to step down from being a CEO first because apparently, but yeah, it's going to happen soon.
Yeah, and the title could be How We Succeeded?
No, it could be Lessons from a Big Journey, something like this.
Okay, all right. So one last question.
We'll succeed when the first people enjoy the sports in Ellinikon, when they do shopping, and when they leave. Then we can talk about success with works.
Talking about shopping now. Can you please tell us, you have in the project two malls in Ellinikon. You are building two malls. And how do you see the real estate market related to the commercial units and to the malls in comparison to what happens in the US right now?
Yeah, there's a big difference in Greece. First of all, the retail market and consumption is very fragmented. In other words, it happens within the neighborhoods, it happens in small retail stores, and not in shopping centers like it happens in the US or other countries. So difference number one is this. So even if we had an environment where almost all consumption is going to take place online, then some brands had to have a physical space even for presence and advertising. So huge difference. Second thing is that we have, as I said before, barriers to entry in terms of not available land plots, big land plots, and not permitting for them. So you cannot build more plots, and even LAMDA, after the 4 malls we had, we couldn't develop more until we had the opportunity with Ellinikon. So we're talking about covering the whole country with our malls and with people increasing their consumption along with the increase in online, so very, very different environments.
It's very different environment.
Yeah.
Okay, maybe we should take some questions from the audience at this stage. Do you want to make a question, to have a question?
We had to go very fast because of Nicolas pressuring us, and now we have 2 available minutes, so you have to help us with questions, even fake ones, to cover the...
Yes, please. Yes, please.
This is George Sopelos from McKinsey. I just wanted to say that this is one of the most remarkable things that has happened and will happen to Greece for a long time. Congratulations, Οδυσσέα. To you and the investor and to LAMDA overall, congratulations.
Yeah. You know, I see George and I have memories because it was 2013, if I'm not wrong, it was May of 2013, and we had prepared our first plan for Ellinikon, and McKinsey was our partner in doing the first plan, and this is how it all started. And since you said Οδυσσέας, I want to also thank my team. I have a very good team. Thank to my team I'm here today. And also, I have a majority shareholder, Spiros Latsis, who was the only one who believed in Ellinikon except of our team. So, thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Yes, please.
Yeah.
Can you replicate the success of Ellinikon in other areas of Athens or perhaps broader Greece? Do you believe?
Yes, I think that through this know-how journey, we obtain a unique know-how, not only for Greece, but also in Europe. Because as you know, all new developments have relocated to the east, to the Emirates, to Saudi Arabia, of course to China. You don't see big developments in the West, especially in Europe, right? And we went through hell to arrive where we are today, but at the same time, all these lessons learned are very useful. So we can replicate mini master plans to other places in Greece, more so than in Athens. Athens doesn't have so many available plots to create something big, but I think Greece has an opportunity to develop mini replicas that will be very attractive to Greeks and to foreigners as well. It's an opportunity. Yeah, I think.
Is there any consideration to create some type of fund for somebody who's an owner, a future owner at the Ellinikon, to also become an investor at LAMDA through some type of preferred investing mechanism, not just by buying the stock, for example? Because obviously as an owner, you believe in LAMDA and you want to see the success of the company. So.
Right. I think the biggest opportunity is by buying stocks. And I'll tell you why. If you buy today land or an apartment, you will pay market price. I still think it's an opportunity, but probably the opportunity is to an extent partially reflected in the price of the apartment or of the land plot. If you buy the share, the stock of LAMDA, then you buy, if you think about it, 2,200 price for square meter, and you buy it for 800 euros per square meter. So for some reasons, the market has not been efficient in this yet. So to me, this is the biggest opportunity. If we have, I heard your question also talking about preferential treatment to a buyer. I would say no, we don't have preferential treatment for a buyer of an apartment. Now, for someone who would make a big investment, like for example, Ion, that bought this 500 million euros land plot, they also bought 2% of our shares, and we gave it to them at a very reasonable price. By the way, I'm not saying this just to advertise LAMDA's price. I'm an owner of a lot of LAMDA stock, so I'm walking the talk.
Οδυσσέα, thank you so much. I think we don't have more time. Thank you. It was a very interesting discussion.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Next year, hopefully, we're going to show you a video with people living in Ellinikon. Yeah. I promise that.